This is Cristen with Bridging Apps. The app I'm going to share with you today is called Flip Writer AAC Pocket. AAC stands for Augmentative Alternative Communication, which is just a long way of saying a different way of communicating, using technology to communicate. Sometimes people are nonverbal, and so when we traditionally think about communication, that's usually between two people using their voice to talk. People are nonverbal for a variety of reasons. They could have an injury, it could be temporary, they could be born nonverbal, and so this app helps solve that problem. It was also designed for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. So sometimes if you've ever encountered someone who is hard of hearing or deaf, it's tricky unless you know American Sign Language to be able to communicate. So this app is useful for that type of person as well. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how it works by closing this out and opening up the app. It's very simple in design. You just see my keyboard. It's just a standard keyboard on screen. In the middle, you see commonly used words, yes, no, I'm. You're going to see a cursor on the left-hand side, and that's basically where you type something in using what's called text-to-speech. So I'm just going to type in hello, and then I'm going to tap on the white blank part, and you're going to hear it spoken aloud.
Hello.
It's in a woman's voice, but you can choose different voices. There are male voices. You have a few choices there. So it's basically text-to-speech, just means you type something in and it's spoken aloud. So for this part of the demonstration for Flip Writer AAC, I'm going to use a feature called speech to text, where I use my voice with the microphone within Flip Writer AAC to transform my spoken language into text so that somebody who's deaf or hard of hearing could read it and we could communicate that way. So here's my iPad mini, and on the lower left-hand side of the keyboard, may be different on your side, but you're going to see a microphone, and we all have that on our on-screen keyboard. So I'm basically going to tap that, and I'm going to speak into the app. How are you doing today? Question mark. Can I get you anything? Question mark. Can you tell me your pain level by showing me your fingers from 1 to 5? Question mark. So essentially, you can see how it showed up on the screen. It just basically transformed my spoken speech into language. And you heard me talking about question mark. You basically put in punctuation. If you're having long conversations, it just breaks up the sentences easier, and you just add those in. And then on the other side, just like before, you're going to see that it's upside down. And it's upside down because the idea is that you're holding this here and your communication partner is on the other side, either standing or sitting. And so you can go back and forth. And then that person, you turn it around, and that person could either type in their answer, or if they had speech, then they could speak their answer. So it's just a really, really great tool to use in a variety of situations. You can use it in, let's say someone is deaf or hard of hearing and you're sitting in a restaurant. There are other apps that you could use, but this is a real simple, quick way to communicate with somebody. We've also used it in assisted living facilities for somebody who wants to have a private conversation and they don't want their personal health information being broadcast in a room if you have to share a room with someone, or in a group setting. It's a way also to have private conversations. So I hope you could think about some uses for Flip Writer AAC Pocket with yourself or someone you know.